Audiobook Club with Steve Phillips and Matthew Layton.
On this episode of Audiobook Club,
join us aboard His Majesty's Starship Audiobook Club. This week, we're in space!
I want to go at that. In space! That's fun, isn't it? Over to you, Captain Phillips.
Hello and welcome to Audiobook Club, the podcast about audiobooks that believes that aliens are out there but hasn't met any yet. This week, we're paying close attention to Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, narrated by Ray Porter. Out a few years ago, this one, 2021, in May the 4th, in fact, 16 hours and 10 minutes, from Audible Studios. May the 4th, eh?
Yeah. Well, the reason we're doing this, I'm avoiding that minefield, it's now, apparently, it's coming out in March as a film, starring one of the Ryans, Ryan Gosling. And this is a follow-up to the film, the first book written by Andy Weir, or the first published book, which was The Martian, which was made into a film by Ridley Scott, starring Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Were you aware of the film The Martian before you got to this, Steve, or even the book?
No, I'm going completely cold, fresh from a box set of Blake 7. That's about as far as it's
All
gone.
right, let me see if I can sell you on this. So The Martian, okay, I think, is a good place to start. I have read the book, but not seen the film. And part of the reason I have not seen the film is because the book was very long and very deliberately quite boring.
Yeah.
And the premise is Matt Damon gets... Matt Damon. Do you know, I know somebody who refers to Matt Damon as Matt Damon and hasn't even seen the relevant Parker and Stone film from Team America, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, Team America. Yes, yeah, what a legendary film that was. So please do go and see it. Very old now.
Right, focus on the film we're doing. The two films we're doing. So
Film Book Club.
So basically... in the original book, The Martian, Matt Damon is on Mars, and he gets abandoned there, and he has to survive there for a certain amount of time using only broken space equipment and using his own Wii to grow vegetables. That's basically the story of it. And the book is, in a sense, grueling. I enjoyed it very much and it made a lot of sense, but I didn't go and see the film afterwards because I'd had enough.
You don't want to go and see it again in short form.
Even the combined forces of Ridley Scott and Matt Damon couldn't make me want to go and sit in the cinema and do that. The audiobook experience, though, was... yeah, it worked. And we've got to be careful with spoilers on this one, because our lead character wakes up from a coma and remembers nothing. So it's one of those amnesia stories where gradually we understand the context as layers are. So if you haven't read Project Hail Mary, or if you want to be surprised by the film, well, I hope you enjoyed the shortest episode of Audiobook Club you will ever listen to, because that's it for you. Go away.
Oh, well, 4 minutes in. Good night, everybody.
But yeah, I because I don't want to ruin it. I really enjoyed this particular book because the way it starts off really small. He's in a bed. And then he wakes up, and look, no spoilers. If unless you've been living under a rock, you know that the Ryan Gosling film is happening in space, but it's quite different in some ways and quite similar in other. I think my overall conclusion, having watched this, is as much as I didn't want to go and see The Martian, having read The Martian. and not because I thought it would be a bad film, but because I'd had enough. This one, I'm intrigued to see what they do, and I shall be going to the cinema, and I'm looking forward to it. So if that's all you want to know, the Ray Porter's narration is great. There is an innovative thing that I've never heard in an audiobook before in terms of narration. Recommend.
Oh, hang on, you teased me there. What's going on? What does he do that's different? Is that a spoiler?
Yeah, you can't do that yet. We got to wait for the people who want. Should we do a red alert? Should we insert a...
Yeah, there we go.
Right,
there it
you
is.
go.
Consider it inserted.
The space theme. Let's go through our 3-step process and gradually peel back the layers of this literary onion, Steve.
Delighted. Well, if it's your first time with us on Audiobook Club, hello, welcome. We do a 3-step process, which is where we talk about the author. In this case, it's Andy Weir, the text of the book, what it's all about, is it any good, and of course, audiobook production and performance. Does it bring anything extra to the party over and above the printed version? That is our 3-step process, and we're sticking with it. Governor.
So that leads me to start with the author. The author is Andy Weir. He was born on the 16th of June 1972. He's an American science fiction author. He grew up in California. Both of his parents were scientists. He then went on to have a patchy career working as a computer programmer and engineer for various software companies. At one point, he got sacked from World of Warcraft for not working hard enough. There's more on that on the internet if you're interested. We're not. His 2011 novel, The Martian, was adapted into the 2015 film of the same name, directed by Ridley Scott. And his latest book, What We Are Reading Now, the Project Hail Mary, has also been adapted into a film, and that's coming out on the 20th of March 2026. I liked the guy. I like what comes through of the author. Unashamedly geeky, lovely sense of humour. I think are you familiar with Neil deGrasse Tyson, Steve?
Yes, I see him a lot on YouTube. He's always done the US talk shows, and he's got a big bromance with William Shatner at the moment. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Well, I'm not aware of that, but he's an astrophysicist. And what I remember him for was when the film Titanic came out in the mid-90s, everybody else was watching and talking about how many people can you get on a door. But Neil deGrasse Tyson's response was, that's so not the stars that would have been in the sky in April 2012 in the North Atlantic. Basically went online and on said talk shows and tore James Cameron a new one saying this is a disgrace. I can't remember if at some point one of the DVD releases got updated to an accurate sky. But it was that kind of level. And then when writing The Martian, Andy Weir basically said, I imagined I had Neil deGrasse Tyson sitting over my shoulder watching me as I recorded as I wrote all of the sciencey books as I wrote all of the sciencey bits in this book. So he's made a huge effort in that one, and I think in this one, to be as scientifically accurate as possible. It's basically there are lots of both lead characters get into loads of scrapes, and they try and solve them using science. Sometimes the science is boring because it's about experiments, and some of them work and some of them don't, and they got to work out why. But as I say, what made The Martian a very long book, which was meant to be a long book, that was good. And Project Hail Mary has a bit of a problem with that, which, again, just in case there is still somebody listening to us who intends to see the film and hasn't seen the trailer, turn away now. Because there's an alien in this one.
Oh, it's interesting when you talk about the science, how it's all grounded in science. How do we square that with the astronaut on Mars trying to survive in a house built about bits of spaceship and weeing on his food or his plants?
And the answer is that I think, and I haven't read any online criticism, but as somebody who has a personal relationship with that book, I thought, well, hold on, The Martian was really real. Now, and everything made sense in the physical universe in which we live. This one's got aliens in it. I'm going to have to suspend my disbelief.
Yeah, but of course, and science, yeah.
Well, but of course, the Martian one is an unlikely scenario, and this one, are they? I don't know, Steve. Are they both science fiction? This is the thing. Some science fiction, there are no teleporters or lasers in either book. So it's almost a slightly dangerous and risky step for Andy Weir to take to bring in an alien.
Well, I don't
but it's a very good alien, and there's only one of them.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? In storytelling, one is always more sinister than many, isn't it? And you can really make a lot of that. Also, it might be trying to be sort of the most realistic of. It's still sci-fi, obviously, but then you've got this person trying to survive on Mars in very basic circumstances. We know that we can't just survive on Mars because the atmosphere is all wrong. And have you seen the pictures of the Mars rover? I mean, it's a bit barren. There's no vegetation or anything. It's just literally just red rocks everywhere. And then, but who's to say there isn't life on other planets? Some of the scientists do. Brian Cox does, for a start, I think. I think so anyway. Don't quote me on that. But
it's one of the key arguments and tenets in the book. What I think we should do, Steve, is to ground you in it a little more. Would you mind doing me the honour of reading the blurb from the back of the audiobook?
Delighted. And here we go. A lone astronaut must save Earth from disaster in this incredible new science-based thriller from the #1 New York Times best-selling author of The Martian. Ryland Grace is the sole survivor on a desperate last-chance mission, and if he fails, humanity and the Earth itself will perish. Except that right now, he doesn't know that. He can't even remember his own name, let alone the nature of his assignment or how to complete it. All he knows is that he's been asleep for a very, very long time, and he's just been awakened to find himself millions of miles from home, with nothing but 2 corpses for company. His crewmate's dead, his memories fuzzily returning. He realises that an impossible task now confronts him. Alone on this tiny ship that's been cobbled together by every government and space agency on the planet and hurled into the depths of space, it's up to him to conquer an extinction-level threat to our species. And thanks to an unexpected ally, he might just have a chance. Part scientific mystery, part dazzling interstellar story journey, Project Hail Mary is the tale of discovery, speculation and survival to rival The Martian, while taking us to places it never dreamed of going before. I inserted the word before. It sounded a little bit Star Trek at the end there.
Yes. So you could actually, the blurb on the back has done a great job there. The reason, so again, let's play the spoiler alert thing. Really do walk away if you want to enjoy either the book or the film. The blurb on the back of the book says an unexpected ally. Now, as his memories come back to him, he realises that, so of course, being a Hollywood movie, potential Hollywood movie, he's just an ordinary high school teacher who really loves teaching kids science. But when the sun starts to die, he gets brought in by the governments of the world, and then a series of accidents happens, and he ends up being the one in space who has to save the Earth. But he couldn't remember any of that. The unexpected ally is an alien. And you know aliens on the telly, Steve?
Yeah.
They're mainly like human beings with blue or green skin, aren't they? And that's always puzzled me.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can go to their planets and walk about. This one, Andy Weir's thought about this a lot. His character, Ryland Grace, the reason he got spotted was by the world's governments was the fact that he wrote a paper saying maybe not all life in the universe, if some does exist, has to be based on water and carbon dioxide and the stuff we take for granted. Maybe there are other ways for life to exist. And this alien is brilliant. It is nothing that you would expect. It breathes ammonia and its skin's made of rocks. It's got 5 arms and no legs. And it's all about how do they interact with each other? How do they work together? How do they communicate? So it's great. But you now can't read the book because to get to that point actually takes 5 hours. The first 5 hours have no alien encounters whatsoever at all. You get 5 hours in, you get to that, and then there is a further 11 hours of science problem solving and a bit of plot. But the experience of the first 5 hours and the payoff of that, if you haven't read the blurb on the back of the book or seen the film trailer, I really felt I'd earned it. And actually, this is the second time I've read this book. I read it back in 2021. We didn't review it because I think we'd possibly done too much science fiction at the time, but it was really, really good. And I wanted to revisit it. And I've actually listened to it again this week and enjoyed even more the gradual reveal.
It does sound really good, this one, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I've ruined it for you. Go and see the film.
That's okay.
I don't think the book is for you now. But certainly, yeah. I would recommend heartily you going and seeing the film, having had this conversation, because I've ruined the book for you now.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, no, not at all. No. I'm loving this episode because I didn't have you down as a sci-fi fan. What is your relationship with sci-fi?
Well,
sit on the couch and tell us about it. You have the com.
I don't like to talk about it, but I'm a secret Star Trek fan. You know that thing I have about...
No! How long have I known you?
26 years.
26 years, as old as the century. You've kept that.
Really? Have I never told you that? You've never known that?
You've never...
We're doing a podcast for 5 years together. We're on an episode...
Yep.
I think this is episode 77.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah. I have that...
I've never had a hint. I haven't heard you once say, Khan, or anything like that at all. Nothing. Not a whisper. No mention of the Kobayashi Maru test or Project Genesis. Nothing.
Wow.
It's all from Star Trek 2, all this, by the way.
I think that's the last one you saw, isn't it?
Tribbles. There we go.
But it's got Ricardo Montalban in it. I love Ricardo Montalban.
What a legend. He was in Dynasty as well. Sabella and Cracking. What a cracking actor.
Hold on, was he in Dynasty or the Colbys?
The Colbys, that was it. Dynasty 2. Oh my god. Oh, now we're going right into a rabbit hole here.
Emma Samms.
Emma Samms. Yeah.
Teenage Stirrings.
Maxwell Caulfield.
Grease 2.
Yeah, Grease 2. Isn't it? We sound like Ron Manager here. This is another 90s pop culture reference.
This is not going very well. So yes, I do. I have a thing where I think that, as you know, I go, the German language, dogs, and PCs are for boys, and that cats, French, And Apple products, I don't understand any of them. They're for the mysterious mind of women. And yes, I think I have the same thing. Star Trek feels right for me. It's logical and goes in a certain order. Actually, to coin a phrase there, I like the tolerancy bits of it. But I don't tell anyone.
Well,
I do it at home. Unlike you, I am an enthusiast, not an expert with Star Trek, and will quietly watch some on my own. I don't have anyone I watch Star Trek with.
I come from that sort of line of Doctor Who fans, playground in the 80s kind of line, where you sort of kept your enthusiasm for Doctor Who well and truly buried until it all became popular. Everyone jumped on the bandwagon from 2005 onwards. But I've in this podcast, I know I've dropped it quite heavily here, and this is the first time you've dropped that in there. And good on you, mate. It's very well hidden. I would never have had that down.
Yeah, yep.
Wow, here's me.
But the important thing here is the book has the time to explore actually what would a proper alien be like, and how would it turns out the alien is sent from his planet for the very same reason that Ryan Gosling has been sent from. Oh my God! So the character's called Ryland Grace, and it's been played by Ryan Gosling, same initials. That sounds like actually Andy Weir might have had an idea who he wanted to play the part when he wrote the book 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a brief aside. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. The fact that the alien, insert clip here, speaks in chords, in music.
I can be forgiven for not noticing. Seeing an alien kind of distracted me from the small collection of objects on the tunnel wall. All right, I say, let's see what you left me, says Rocky. My jaw drops. Yes, I'm in 0G. It still drops.
And the fact that Ryland Gosling, Ryan Grace, sets up a spreadsheet with a wave analysing platform that stores each of the words and what they mean, and how they learn each other's languages. And again, this is not whip, snap, fast. You're not getting it wound up in 55 minutes. There is possibly an argument that the second 11 hours could have been a second 5 hours, but the reward you get, and again, like you, his first instinct was, alien, is it going to kill me? No, turns out the alien's an engineer, and they have a complementary set of skills. So yeah, and look, and I think we're coming to the close of this. So I'm going to say, and the narrator of The Martian, the first book, was R.C. Bray, who is my favourite audiobook narrator of all time. Don't think you knew that.
Really?
Either. Oh yeah.
I didn't know that either. It was all Cobner Holbrook Smith and others.
Well, there's reasons for that we may come to later in the year. But yeah, my favorite, I think he's a genius. R.C. Bray did the whole of did all 17 hours of The Martian. Ray Porter has done a great job. As I say, he speaks as an alien who talks in chords, as well as providing full bells and whistles comedy performance. The book starts with the words performed by Ray Porter, and of course for you and me, we'll decide whether it's performed or not. we decide whether it's a narrator or if it's really good as a performer. But actually, yeah, no, he performs the book really well, and if this is your thing, you shouldn't, and you haven't read it already, you shouldn't be listening to this because I've ruined it for you.
It sounds brilliant. I think it's a recommendation, isn't it? So it's definitely a performance from. Have you judged it? I know we are the judges. Have you judged it to be a performance from Ray Porter?
It's a performance.
It's a performance.
It's a great performance.
Okay.
It's a great. He is convincing There are little bits where the female Chinese characters could have used maybe a little more sensitivity, but we all
We all have our crosses to bear.
we all have. Yeah, he does a fairly good, stern Norwegian woman and a drunken Russian astronaut. All in brackets female, all pretty good. Never do the accents in front of the people. Unfortunately, his British accent is a bit like that episode of Columbo from 1972 when they went back to old foggy London.
Oh,
if you know what I mean.
yes, Governor.
That kind of, it's a bit of a pea super tonight.
Oh, I've never
mate.
seen anything like it in all
You know.
my puff.
Indeed.
Yeah.
There
Thanks,
we go.
Mary Poppins.
I don't think Mary Poppins said those words. Maybe Dick Van Dyke.
Well, she was high on something.
Indeed.
Right.
Mary Poppins, the opium episode. Yeah, Mary Poppins late. Anyway, so if I can just can we keep on the sci-fi just for a moment? Because I've got
Yes.
some ideas of formulating here. We've obviously
I
talked.
thought you had somewhere to be.
Yes, but I you know.
I certainly do.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay. Well, we'll wrap up.
No,
very
I
briefly.
don't really. Go on, what do you want in the sci-fi thing?
Okay, just for some future planning, and dear listener, if you are a bit of a sci-fi fan, please indulge us. If you're not, also please indulge us. We did an episode about Big Finish, and we talked about Big Finish and all the stuff they've done for Doctor Who and the amazing work they do. Star Trek have been doing audio series as well. And I need to look it up and how you get hold of it and everything. But we need to balance in spirit of impartiality between Doctor Who and Star Trek. We should add balance with Star Trek. But can I throw another thing at you as well?
Go on.
And this is something at the time of recording I've literally just had ping up on my phone. How are you with Red Dwarf?
Good fan. Read the book. Funnily enough, when I was a teenager. Yeah.
You read the book. You read Infinity Welcome,
Yeah.
Careful Drivers. Okay. So Red Dwarf is another show that I absolutely love. And you may... Red Dwarf carried on TV on Dave, I think it was, with new episodes and things. But the writers split up, and they had a bit of a court sort of ding dong really, and eventually they agreed to sort of be able to do their own, each do their own creations of Red Dwarf in different media. And Rob Grant wrote a book which is due to come out in July, brand new Red Dwarf book
Good.
called Titan with Andrew Marshall. Now, the reason why I ping this up now is that unfortunately Rob Grant passed away yesterday, and it'd be nice to do that book when it eventually comes out. It's supposed to come out in July. I don't know if this news it obviously impacts that date, but he was one half of a comedy writing duo. I mean, Red Dwarf was so original. Everything was a movie concept, even if it was shot in a studio. It was fantastic, and so sad news. But I'd love to read the book, definitely.
I was about to make a snarky comment, and then you basically cut me off at the pass there, didn't you? No, he's dead, mate. Died yesterday. Oh,
Yeah.
what I was going to
gutted.
say that obviously, our sympathies are with Rob Marshall's friends, families, and fans, but I think it needs to be another 6 months before we need to get us some history, some biography, some whodunits. And something more factual before we come back to science fiction. Otherwise, we'll get a reputation for it, and you know what they're like.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yes, I know. I think we need to come back down to earth now, and it's been a hell of a trip. And I think it's time to sit back and just have a glass of wine, isn't
A
it?
hell of a trip, and other ways of intoxicating us. Oh, you've done a link to next week's book. I see.
I was just trying to segue there to our next
It was
time's book.
a little clunky.
Poured my glass of wine down the drain of despair there.
Hashtag feedback. Right.
Hashtag feedback. So next week, what would you like to introduce next week's book?
It's up to me, is it? Right. If Gilly Goulden and Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen had a love child, it would be Tom Gilbey. He is a flouncy-haired man who does very dramatic wine reviews. I mean, it's got a violent tinge and taste of nuts and
Mahogany.
berries, and urine. Cat's urine specifically.
I'm getting urine.
Put on your vegetables like Matt Damon. So he has produced a book. You and I have to go on a wine tasting session for reasons soon, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes, it sounds like a business trip. Yes, we're essentially doing a very sort of low budget version of the trip.
We are with some people that I haven't met yet, for reasons that you haven't decided whether you want to mention on the show yet. So his book is called Thirsty: 100 Great Wines and Stories by the Wine Guy, which is his YouTube moniker. I want to know about wine. I would like to know more about wine.
It sounds like you're having some wine now. I'd like to know more about wine.
Portly.
I was very drunk, yes.
So Tom Gilbey, it's 7 hours and 41 minutes. It's on Vintage Digital, and I certainly found it with ease on Audible. But yeah, again, different things. We haven't quite done a recipe book yet.
No.
But I'm wondering if we can learn anything. We've got a thing where we need to know a thing about a thing. And that thing has come up as an audiobook. So I'm looking forward to learning stuff about wine.
Loving your tie-in. So that is next week's book, Thirsty: 100 Great Wines and Stories by the Wine Guy, written and narrated by Tom Gilbey. It came out, yes, 2025 was last year, wasn't it? Yeah, on the button, Steve. November the 6th, 2025 is when it came out. 7 hours and 41 minutes from Vintage Digital. Available on Audible and all your favourite platforms, wherever you get your audiobooks, indeed wherever you get your podcasts. Do subscribe to us on Facebook, Instagram and Blue Sky, we're Audiobook Show, YouTube Audiobook Club 1540, or Stella or Cronenberg 1664, but it is Audiobook Club 1540. There we go, there's our excuse to launch a mildly unsuccessful beer. Join us also on audiobookclub.net for all the episodes as well. There we go.
Can I do a quick notes from the margin? It's interesting you should say, so this is Steve's brilliant name for the bit of any show we do where we don't talk about the central audiobook. You said wherever you get your podcasts. I have, I guess some would say, crossed a Rubicon. I've gone through a change, which is, as you know, I'm a big fan of the BBC Sounds app. I use it to listen to BBC podcasts. But in the last 2 months since we were last on air, without realising it, I've started listening to newscast on YouTube. And it's kind of that thing. I'm not an early adopter, but it just feels like my habits have changed. I don't watch it. I still listen to it. I was surprised to see what Laura Kuenssberg actually looked like.
You've never seen Laura Kuenssberg?
No, because I can't watch the news on telly. I listen to the news, so I'd never seen.
Yeah, no,
and then
she's
enough. Got her little moustache friend who's there as well. Oh, and Paddy O'Connell at the weekends, who we love. But
yes.
I have now stopped listening to it in BBC Sounds, which I've been using for 15 years. Just without making any conscious decision, it's now part of my YouTube consumption. I just think that's an interesting trend. I'm late to the party, as always, and it's taken them a while to get me. But yeah, I we all know it's travelling in that direction. Will it be Netflix or terrestrial television? No, YouTube has won, but it's amazing how much it's crawled into that area of even my life.
Well, everything's crossed over to everything else now, isn't it? I mean, I'm the same. I'm listening to podcasts on YouTube, but I don't quite. But only because I come across them. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just coming across these things. So I'm still doing stuff, in the kitchen or whatever, and it's still going through my phone audibly, but it's just on YouTube. So I'm not necessarily looking at the pictures.
Yeah.
If I'm frying something, particularly at a certain volume, so it drowns out the sound, I put the subtitles on. There's a little cookery tip for you there. Put your subtitles on if you're frying something, but don't have to attend to it, so you can read the subtitles without burning your stir fry or whatever indeed you're making that's making a noise.
Yeah,
kettle boiling, for example.
Again, I think some may whinge at us for going on about stuff that's none of our business, but as people who make a podcast about how we listen to things, individually, our guests, and as a society, I think it's relevant for us to just note these little bits.
Yeah, definitely, because you've got to. It's the old adage: you've got to swim where the fish are, basically. So for all these podcast producers, audiobook producers, put your. I mean, I've had audiobooks on YouTube before.
Really?
I mean, I don't know how necessarily legal it's been, depending on what it is. Some people, some producers, choose to do stuff on there, choose to just upload things on there. You now get whole TV shows on YouTube now. We normally have to pay for them, or whatever. Mock the Week comes to mind. They've rebooted that on, I think it is was it TLC or something? Yeah, it's like a cable channel, and because it's on a cable channel that's really buried away, they stick it on YouTube, the whole episode. Yeah. So it's just the way things are. TV media is changing on a almost weekly basis right now, and it's really exciting. Actually, it's good. It's the consumer is winning with this. They're deciding where to go and what they want to listen to, and lots of people are. You get many more views on YouTube. Firstly, late night talk shows. I'm thinking of all the late night talk shows in America. It's all YouTube views.
That's how I start my mornings.
Ratings.
That's how I start my mornings. Is Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert. To cope with the insanity of what's going on in the States.
I'm doing the same thing. How alike we are. Star Trek, Doctor Who. We've discovered after 26 years we've got things in common.
This could be the start,
be careful
start of a beautiful relationship.
Exactly, yeah. We should go out for a drink sometime.
Do we have to?
Anyway, we'll include the listener in this. Listener, come out for a drink with us, please.
Look, you and I are saying this now. I would say, as much as we pay attention to these things, we are quite ordinary. You're a bit more techie than I am, but I remember meeting a guy at an event, and he was UK head of YouTube, and he said, "Yeah, Google. We've got the number 1 search engine in the world, and the number 2 search engine in the world, YouTube."
Yeah, that's true.
And that was in 2015. So, took me 11 years to notice, but that's my cutting edge statement. That's my hot take for the week.
Well, it's
Steve.
true, isn't it? When we meet up occasionally, we go up to King's Cross and right near the YouTube building. That's where it is now.
Is it?
It was just a little website years ago, wasn't it, where you could only upload 10 minutes at a time or something, but here it is. Look at that. Would you look at that? It's like Dallas now. If they ever made a soap opera like Dallas, it would be Tech Bros.
Have we mentioned Dallas Dynasty and the Colbys in one episode?
Oh, the big 3.
I think we have to go now.
Okay, just one final word. Knots Landing.
Falcon Crest.
The Bold and the Beautiful.
All My Children.
General Hospital.
You win.
Thanks very much. We'll see you next week.
Audiobook Club with Steve Phillips and Matthew Layton.